Hello! Hello and welcome to Ashes. To Ashes. Welcome to the stream. How we doing? You right, Kira? You right, miss? To Ashes. To Ashes. Yeah. We're here. Yeah, the Kofi thing was a bit of a surprise. Somebody came around to fix our washing machine today.
The door
and they
handle
mentioned...
is missing.
No, that's not Jib the Stark. I read the name. Yeah, someone came around to fix our washing machine today. They mentioned that one of their kids is into art. My website was handed over as a thing like, hey, maybe they're like that. And just before the stream, they tipped me on Ko-fi. So that's very sweet. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to thank them after this. Yeah, how is everybody? Are we all good? Are we all looking forward to some Elden Ring? Let's hop on over to the title screen because it has Muzak, presumably. Ooh, timing. Ignore the clickety clacks. Why did that not work? DDS broke. My bot's still working. I don't know. Oh, was there a space before? No? It's weird. Shouldn't be broken. You killed Hazel now! How strange. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Must be fighting Millennia. Oh no. Well, that's broken for some reason. Oh, what a good start. I have no idea why that would be broken. But I guess no text-to-speech today then, for some reason. Oh no. I'll have to work that one out. Ho-hum. Oh. Everything just went through for some reason. The one Gallic lesson in the oldest
is missing.
That's still working, although that's done by HTML, not code. Then what's the point? I don't know. Nope, still broken. Oh dear. Anyway, hi Ragdoll. Plants working, which I think also works on HTML. But like, usually if something goes wrong with the text-to-speech or whatever, an error message is thrown up. Is it the on-screen alert? No? Okay. That's the thing. Nope, it's just bugged. Well, we're just gonna have to work it out. It's fine. Maybe Hazel's having a bit of a holiday. They've gone to the lands between to have some, to lay on the beach. Play with the squiddies. Also, let me know about sound. It might be a little bit loud, actually, listening to it. Although this is quite a loud title screen. Saw something come up. That was me refreshing the cache to see if it would work, but it didn't. So evidently the bot is not communicating with things properly. But it's not throwing up an error message? I don't know. Anyway, let's do the Elden Ring. Oh, character creation comes after the... No, we do it now. Okay, cool. We're gonna want to be... It's not loud enough. Your ears aren't bleeding. I like the... Well, kind of, because you don't actually know what equipment you have until you click on them. But I quite like this because it sort of gives you some presets of like, do you want to be a vagabond, or a warrior, or a hero, or a bandit, or an astrologer, or a prophet, or a samurai, or a prisoner, or a confessor, or naked? I think we want to be an astrologer because we want to be doing sorceries to begin with, at least, and then eventually we're going to change into a prophet. It doesn't matter. And we get to choose body type A or B, which is nice. It's meant to be sepia. Okay, so I tried. I've been trying to work out what this is. Because it's not as orange as it was, but like all the way through the Hitman playthrough, apparently that was slightly orange as well. And I've been trying to fix it somehow, and it doesn't seem to want to fix. So everything's slightly sepia. I apologize for that. This 2-computer setup apparently wants to be sepia. Or sepia? I don't know. What's our star sign? Don't know. I'm going to be type A because I previously played with type B. This is us, I guess. What's our name? We're the Bubbleman. Mr. Bubbles. Ooh, Big Daddy. Crasp, Flump. These are all the sorts of names I usually go for. I like Flump. Cresp McFlump. Sounds good to me. Body type A, we're gonna be old man Flump. We are an astrologer. We have a keepsake. We can either have that. We can have some runes. A golden seed. That sounds pretty good. Fanged impashes. We can have friends. Big Daddy, Mr. Bubbles is fun. Let's go find an angel. Oh god, that's millennia, isn't it? Cracked pot. Stone sword key, also useful. Bewitching branch. Let's go with the golden seed. That's good. Choose base template. Ooh, get some. Ooh. Now that looks like Crest McFlump. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Voice. Do we get it? Timing. No, we're not hollow, different game. We're tarnished. Accuracy. Sure. Skin color's perfect. Face and hair. Adjust face template. Bone structure. Which depressed man shall we be? That depressed man. Form emphasis. Yes. Apparent age, yes. 255 years old.
It's gotta be locked from somewhere.
Hi, Cheeb. This is Christy and a Cheeb and a Kira and a Ragdoll and a Miss. Which version of depressed do we feel like? We feel like this. It's slightly more determined than depressed now, but we can sort that out. That's fine. Facial aesthetic. Feminine. Just more marshmallowy. Big eyes. Anime, apparently, is feminine. Good enough for me. Face structure. Well, you can get into real... real things here. Nostrils. Nostril width, please. Nostril size. No, he's kind of happy. Yeah, I'm thinking big schnoz. Mouth. That's not what I wanted. Lips. Mouth expression. Sad or happy? I kind of like him. Ooh. This is why you can't really do a particularly good portrait from one single camera angle. Because that didn't look too bad. That's a profile. He's here to sniff out bubbles. Yeah, it looks like he's in a sort of modern indie rock band. Slightly bigger lips. Nice. Hair. Any fun hair? I'm leaning towards that. Ooh, anime. Oh, hey, Zoobs is a character. I've got a beak. Oh, classic. Classic Thorland cleric. kind of fun. Beatles? We gonna go Beatles? Gonna go mop top? Oh, it's Ringo. I've made Ringo. I accidentally made Ringo, everybody. Look, we're going for it. Luster. Lustrous hair. Ooh, shiny. Root darkness? Want our roots to be dark? A little darker. White hairs. We're an old, but ooh, that's a bit too old. That's looking slightly more like my granddad now. The options include bowl cut and Hatsune Miku. Must be off to RPG. Have a good time in RPG. Eyebrows doesn't matter. Can't see them. Facial hair, pretty solid, I think. Well, maybe we could do. Sergeant Pepper Ringo. Eyelashes, eyes are perfect. Skin features. Pores. Skin luster. Dark circles, yes. Very tired. Cosmetics. Yeah, some lustrous lips, why not? Little blushy. Proper 60s Ringo. I think that's pretty darn good. Old man Ringo. Cresp McFlump. Let's save this to our favourites. Because just in case something goes wrong, we wouldn't want to lose this, would we? Well, there we are. We have Cresp McFlump and we're on our way to the lands between. Let's find out what this game's about, shall we? I bet it's got something to do with Sir Gideon Ofnir. The old knowing! Gotta load the cutscene.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
Crackly story. Nigel Thornberry, again!
The great Elden Ring was shattered.
It's the name of the game!
In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
And that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Oh no.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
Not Godwyn. He was probably nice.
Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength
This is his sense.
triggered the shattering.
Very good art.
A war from which no lord arose.
There she is. Noodle.
A
We will see
war
Noodle.
leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing.
The R's the best, yeah. All rise now. We're all zombies. We're just tarnished in this one.
And one other.
Who's that?
Whom
The Jim.
grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown.
That's very rude. Ringo can contribute.
Cross the fog
There's
to the
the
lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
spoilers. Just the nose. The first thing you see is the nose, and it's the last thing you see. And there we are. Let me just turn it back down a little bit. We're in the GAM. Hello. Hello, how are you? Oh, the eyeshadow's a bit strong here. That's fine. Also, the game is slightly dark in OBS. I need to fix the OBS colors a little bit at the moment. Sorry about that. Bump it up a smidge. Who's that ghost? That's other players playing the game. Who are also here. Again, let me know about volumes. How loud things are. That's probably a little bit too loud. But do let me know. Putting on a Cyrano de Bergerac act for this game. Yes, I know what that is. Quite loud. Hang on. Keep the voices up because they're always fun to hear, but I'll turn everything else down. All nose and confidence. Yes, these are other people playing the game. Hello, other person. You chose the samurai. Hello, you don't look well. Tarnished wizened finger. Marvelous. I think that's a multiplayer thing. Used to write messages. Ah, of course. Obligatory reveal. Oh, there's a tree. That's a pretty big tree. Where did I remove the finger from? Better have been the hand. Yes, please. Welcome to the Chapel of Anticipation. It's very anticipatory. Oh, I do have spells. Nice. And a tiny shield. Lick the tree! I endeavour to. Righto then. What are your words of advice? I can jump in this game, by the way. Yeah. Sekiro taught it a thing or two. Ah, tree. Ah, monstrosity. Less encouraging. Try east. No, tree east. Time for west. There's nothing west. The goal in the game is to lick the tree, indeed. Oh, hey, look, it's America. Offer life. Be wary of dog. Visions of strong foe. It's just a statue. I don't know what everybody's talking about. Oh, hi there. How you doing? You alright? Grafted scion? You have a shield, that's not fair. What does this do? Ah! You hit me! Come on, Ringo! Ah, it's a little shockwave. I'm staying far away because I have spoles. I have run out of spoles. Gonna hit you with a stick. No, no, it stabbed me. It stabbed me. And then he threw me off a cliff. Rip Ringo. Right, time to make Paul. And lived for 5 minutes. I know. Stole a dead lady's finger and then died. Typical Ringo. Oh, those are gloves. Oof! He's a hoof. He's a horse. Sniff, sniff.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side.
Thanks.
We found him here, after all.
That's a good first quote. Epona! I was considering changing the whistle sound to be Epona's song, but not for a first playthrough.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden ring.
She said the thing! They don't hang about in
Even if
this.
it does violate the Golden Order.
We're gonna violate the Golden Order, everyone. The main character of the game. Who is the Golden Order? I don't know, but they're getting violated. So probably the Dung Eater already beat us to it. Hey, Christy! Sorry, hey back, I'm Crispy. Or whatever. I like the Silver Order, but with different robes. There's a lot of robe changing. Ah, flask of crimson tears and the flask of cerulean. Oh god, I've got to keep track of bloody cerulean tear flasks now. Oh god, that's another thing to think about. Basically, Estus and Magic Estus. Should we do the tutorial? Sure. We've got to experience the tutorial. The tutorial that everyone misses, even though there's literally a character there that says, do the tutorial. These are bonfires, but they're called graces. I'm standing in it. Reach out and touch grace. Hello! You're welcome. I have a limited amount of magic, so bye! More like the Bronze Order? Only in colour. You can pick up ingredients in this game, including Roa fruit. I'm going to be doing that a lot. Cerulean tear flask sounds pretty. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty flask. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was meant to say. Miss, if you want a concept art book of this game, boy howdy, you're in luck, because there are 3. I'm pretty sure. Hey, how you doing? You alright? Don't talk about the Bronze Sword. They made Bronzong. Is this the one with traps? Just sound traps. No, but this is the one with sneaking. Sneaky, sneaky. It's it, man. Sneak up behind you, and then bonk! Bye! Limited run. This is the Stake of Marika. It's a respawn point for if you die. That's very nice of them. Boss. Our first boss. Our first proper boss. Soldier of Godric. Hard game. Honestly, I'm surprised it took 4. Who's Godric again? We'll meet Godric. Godric was not mentioned in the opening cutscene. He was shown, but it was not mentioned. Strength. Hello, little glowy tree. How are you doing? That was the tutorial. Hope you enjoyed. Moving on. Enemy felled. Bit dramatic. That's the you killed the boss words. But for minor bosses. Another grace. Reach out and touch grace. I think that every single time I touch a grace, and now I'm actually going to say it out loud, and I apologize for nothing. I don't know why I'm sitting here. Oh, flask. I got a golden seed. Yes, I started with one, which means I have more flasks, which I should probably allocate in a way that is conducive to magic, because I have limited magic, as demonstrated by a UI that isn't here. Oh, a finger severer. Lovely. And tarnished furled finger. I think they're multiplayer items. We'll find out on the lift. Sends another or oneself home and used to write messages to other worlds. Yes, so fingers are to do with communication between worlds. This is a thing. It's kind of like beckoning someone with a finger. Like, come here. Why all the fingies? Oh, just you wait and see, miss. Just you wait and see. Anyway. Welcome to Limgrave. This game's open world. Did I mention that? Hello there. I'm going to touch your grace as well. Quite a lot of big trees around, but that's the big one. Lifts in Souls games are always the same, huh? Kind of. There's a good lift we're going to get to today.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we?
It's Pip
Come
Torrens.
to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
How dare you?
Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
That's not what the narrator at the beginning said.
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless.
Couples only piss off.
Vare,
Hi, Vare.
take care to listen.
Okay.
Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, the path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Lovely. Nice to see you too. Anyway, there's a big horse there. Also, pick this up, otherwise I know a small golden effigy. I think that's also multiplayer. Also, another thing that's very important in this game, and the thing that I spent the first 2 hours of the game exploring, is aminals. Goodbye, aminal. Got all up on the mic for that last liner. All of the voice actors get up on the mic. Well, some bites. And then over here we have some squirrels. Hello, squirrels. How you doing? Hop, 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 hop. flowers. Can I pick up the boar and eat it? No. I can kill it, take its feathers, and turn it into arrows. Not quite the same thing. You get to see the sheep! We will see the sheep. There are some over here. Let's go find them. But first, let's dispatch this incredibly easy enemy. Oh, and a glowing skull. Don't worry about that. Hello, incredibly easy enemy. I will now dispatch you. Oh, you're a boss. Oh, that's a swing. That's most of my health bar. Get faster. Hey, howdy. That was the wrong flask. See? That's something I'm going to have to keep track of. Ah, look. He can parry spells back, how dare he? I didn't know that. Probably should have died there. Ah, it keeps doing that. Honestly, I lasted a lot longer than I thought I would. Of the little Tinkerbell spells. Yeah, they're not too strong at the moment, but this guy deals better with spells than Millennia, yeah. I got blasted. Right, cool. Now let's do what I what the game is trying to teach you with that boss, which is leave it alone. And instead say hello to sheep. Hello, sheeps. How you doing? Rolling away, rolling around at the speed of sheep. Got places to go, gotta roll on the rainbow. Sheep. There they go. Now let's say hello to Santa. Hello, Santa. How you doing?
You're a tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not
Well, now you
purchase
mention
a
it.
little something? I am Carly, purveyor of fine goods.
I am Cresp, purveyor of no money.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Yeah.
You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit.
Probably
The
should.
crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut.
As well you
But
should.
the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
See, he knows what he's talking about. I have no money. How much is the crafting thing? It's 300. That's not too much. And then recipes. Do I have anything to sell that I wouldn't use in this playthrough? Literally nothing. I haven't picked anything up. So,
Goodbye, for now.
bye! Looks a bit Norwegian or Sami. There's a lot of influences from Europe in this game. I think personally that this game is based on Britain, because each area of the game has a different, specific accent associated to it, including Welsh, Cornish, Like, it's interesting. We're currently in Cornwall, and it definitely looks like this as far as I know. Yeah, because of the rolling sheep, exactly. Smithing stone. Can upgrade things. Oh, sorry, most important thing. Almost certain I know what this says. Why is it always dog? Always dog. Hello, dog. How are you? You good? Good dog. Right. Hello, Grace. Reach out and touch Grace. Reach out and touch Grace. There's a wall made of corn. Yes, corn wall. Gotta admit, never thought about the name before, but you got a point. Hi. Running around collecting bits and pieces from the ground. Okay, so one thing I should say, this game has so many... It's got a big moon as well, look at that. Big moon. It's got so many side dungeons and caves and all these things. We're not going to do all of them because otherwise the playthrough would be as long as my first playthrough, which was 110 hours, so let's not do that. But we will do some that have useful things in them for us, and I'll show off some of the fun ones because most of them are quite similar. Ragdoll opens her eyes, as usual, as a good educator should. Hi, what you got? Kukri! Lovely. Gold-tinged excrement. Lovely, good stuff. Warthog, how are you doing? Deers! Hi, deers! Yeah, there's a cave over there if I remember correctly, but there's nothing... I don't think there's anything useful in there for us. Instead, we shall go to these ruins! And by two, I mean around. Reach out and touch grace. I need to stop doing that. Have a bit of a rest. Ooh, everything's gone quiet. Ringo's just having a sit, tapping out a tune on his knees. Ghost! Attack! That's rolling R though.
Greetings.
Hi.
Traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
I'm Linia.
I offer you an accord.
A Honda Accord, you say? Reach out and smack me with
Have you
it.
heard of the Finger Maidens?
I've heard of maidens.
They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished.
A lot of fingers in this game.
But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
Alright, don't rub it in. With the fingers.
I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength
Ah, cheers.
to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring.
It's also night now.
You need only take me with you
Can do!
to the foot
Nice.
of the Erd Tree.
Sure.
When it's settled, summon me by grace to turn runes into strength.
The fingers is awkward.
Ah,
It gets weird.
another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
We'll get them married. Spectral steed whistle.
Use it to traverse great distances.
It's a noobs.
It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent.
Epona, you say?
Torrent has chosen you.
Oh.
Treat him with respect.
Did I just get married to a lesbian witch? No, but we will.
Shall I turn your runes to strength?
And it's
Let
not
my
this
shine
character.
rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me.
I don't have enough. Thanks anyway. Yeah, I've only got those 2 spells. Cool. Thanks. Bye. Blue doll wife. Yeah. Let's just stick it here. We have us. There's Torrent. Torrent is good. Torrent is very good. And now we're going to do a lot of running around and picking things up. Excuse me. Oh no, we have very important business to do here. After picking up this grace, because there's a grace every 5 seconds in this game. Oop! Developer's mind when giving Torrent the double jump. Too big. Yes. We don't need to rest there, but we need to do something very important. Also, this game has a day-night cycle, and it's very pretty. However, we have very important business to attend to over here.
Oi.
Business.
You there. Could you help us out, Cully?
Sheep. Materia.
Yeah, you there. Stop pretending you can't see me.
Hello, tree.
What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree.
As
You
they
were
do.
just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok.
Hi,
I
Bok.
was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
Classic story. Oh, flicker.
Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
Stay there. Talking to Bok.
Or
10 mushrooms.
if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and
Don't.
bring back something of actual value.
Be careful, you.
Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
You don't need to be of use.
Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
It's fine, I will help you. Yes, Dark was mad that I missed this character. This is Bok. Bok is a good. A little monkey friend. There's also massive bats. Don't worry about them. Anyway, onwards. Like I say, we're just going to pick up some bits and bobs. Before we help Bok out. That'll be our first port of call, I guess. How could you not miss that? It's a tree. You important? Go back in. Oh god, you're important. Random night boss. Some bosses come out at night, including these guys, the Knights Cavalry. Blue's in the name. Where am I going? Excellent question, me. Ooh, what do you got? Somber smithing. Is this a good place to be going? Sure, why not? It's a tree in a world of trees. Bush bockers are good, bockers nice. And I completely missed them on my first playthrough, so that's new content for me. This is a big old lake. We can run on the lake. I will not run on the lake for now. Where am I going? Did I have a plan? Should probably have had a plan. Let's do time warp? Yeah. Beep. Sorry, I'm not going to take this particularly slowly because I just need to get places. But then we'll start doing things properly. It's a very pretty game. This game's very pretty. This way. Also, by the way, here is map. Actually, I didn't pick up the map. I'll go back and pick up the map in a second. you have to find maps in this game. I have gone the wrong way actually, so let's go this way. Ooh, stuff and bats. Stuff and bats. Bad combination. Don't mind me. I'm just plundering graves. Excuse me. I need the runes to buy crafting kit. Bye. Hello, flying scarab. How are you? Better be nice to Epona. I will feed Epona all the raisins. Don't you worry. Still gone the wrong way. Excuse me. We can meet another character if we go this way, actually. Oh, hello, big flower. Oh. It's very different seeing the enemies. Yeah, the enemies, they have corporeal form. That's a cliff. That's a weird horn you got, man. Here we go. This is where I wanted to go. Cool, if only I had a map. Another bloody horse rider. Grow a fruit. Sorry, squirrels. I disrupted the squirrels. Can they ever forgive me? There it is. The big old glowy thing in the distance. Difficult to miss. Okay, now I have that. I'm going to go back and get the map. You can just teleport between graces, so that's nice. And we're back here, and it's raining! What is this, Wartails? There's the map. Limgrave West. Excuse me, what? I stole your butterflies. Also, we could get some lore. Let's get some lore. Why not? Sheep! Sheepsters. Leave me alone, I'm gonna read lore. Leave me alone. Okay. Godric the Golden, humiliated, having tasted defeat by the blade of Mikola, now on his knees begging for mercy. There's a bit of information about Godric there. Wanted to know who he was? Somebody who was beaten by Millennia. Not the butterflies. Right, okay, let's get back to where we were. I found the west map, which is that bit. Presumably we need to find the next one. And we're back here. Where I teleported away from, next to the woods. And now if Bok was in there, I definitely wouldn't have found him. Right, let's meet another character, shall we?
Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the True Order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but, no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the True Order.
A backhanded
You might
compliment.
have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave,
Oh.
young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool! And plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye?
Yes, please.
My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward.
Reward.
Fret not.
A kiss.
The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse.
Kiss my nose.
Celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval.
Problem is, if Cresp McFlump goes in for the kiss, people's eyes get poked out. It's a bit of a problem. His that was close. His considerable largesse. I don't know what that means. We'll go to his fort. Actually, before... No, let's go to his fort. Generosity, oh. But pompous generosity. We now meet the scariest enemies in the games. The massive bears. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Those things are terrifying. Oh! Oh! I found some fruit. Can't do anything about that yet. What is in here actually while I'm here? Let's sneak around. Shh. Howl! He's doing a howl. Good night. There we go. Back to sneak. Some Trina's lily. And a big old sleeping bear. What's this? Smithing stone 2! I don't think I found a 1 yet. Oh no, I did, by Santa. Anything else? Just the flowers? I hear the bear. Oh, of course there's a sleeping bear. Also, my game appears to be ever so slightly dying. Don't worry about it. Oh, I woke up the bear. Excuse me. I'm just gonna go down here. Don't mind me. What's this? Axe talisman. Well, that's good because we won't be using an axe. First talisman though. Enhances charge attacks. I don't know, maybe there's a charge magic attack. Hey, Lewis! Maybe it's just Son Bird. Anyway, bye! Where was the road? Across the road. Hey, squirrel. Help! This way. Don't need to follow the road, I know where I'm going, but the road will have things on it. Like more big burrs having a scratch on a tree. Hi, Lewis. Excuse me, do you need this? No, good. Ah, map. Limgrave East. Excrement. Don't mind me. We'll ignore that for a moment. Aha! Don't roar. You literally broke a tree with that. Stop it, please. Big crab. Big old lumps of masonry. They happen around here. Oh, I was going backwards. Well, I wanted to come here eventually anyway, so... Because this has something rather important in it. It's an old church. Third Church of Marika. Here's Marika. What have you got for me? You have a sacred tear to make my heals better. And you also have... the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Which is a customizable buff thing. Where's the other two churches? I can't remember where the first and second are. I think there's a fourth as well. Hi, Melina. Explain to me about churches.
Spoken echoes linger here. Words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you.
Yes, please.
Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
Close enough. Mix my wondrous physic. I will add a crystal tear which restores half of my HP. Nice. But I will get new ones. Divest. It's like prefer. It's actually not too dissimilar to prefer. However, behind this church is something rather interesting. Where is it? Over here. Hey, text-to-speech is working now. Cheap fixed it. Why wasn't that working before? I don't know. Anyway, hey, look, this is a fun little doodad. Let's press it. Travel? Sure, why not? She lives, yeah. Now it works, yeah. That was weird. I'm sure it'll take us to somewhere nice and safe. Cool. Where are we? Cool. Magician Jib. Yeah, you just had to be disappointed in me. That's Hazel is fueled by disappointment. I'm in the bestial sanctum. Good bottles of rum. Oh. Hello. How are you? Nice to know. Good seeing you. Hazel? That's not Hazel. And I will leave you alone because this area is not a beginner's area. Bye! However, it does have some stuff that that's useful, so let's run around and grab some bits. Hello, tiny person, how are you doing? Mine. Golden steak. We're not in Kansas anymore, this place is unpleasant. Yeah, we tried to do TTS earlier and it just didn't work. Also, there's skeletons in the stone. Always thought that looked cool. Don't worry about it.
Test.
It's working now. How strange.
Lewis tried.
You tried? When did... Why is it not working for Lewis? This is a very strange thing. Ah! I'm being poisoned. By traps. No! No, I'm poisoned! Help! Hang on, is it having difficulty finding the snip balances, maybe? I'm intrigued. Anyway, I'm on poison. the snip balances, the things that the computer keeps track of to see if. Oh hi, hang on 1 second. While you're talking.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you. If you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path.
I'm sorry,
my
Lewis.
worries were unfounded.
It's not you, it's me.
Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended.
Epona liked
There
me.
is
The
but
lock on the
one
store is
other
broken.
thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very well. Let my hand rest upon you.
Oh, we're going to the round
For
table.
but
I
a
wasn't
moment.
paying attention. I don't know. Miss, can you type in !snip? Because I can see you're supposed to be getting whispered by my bot. I don't know if it's happening. But when you do it, my bot tells me how many snips you have at the very least. We're in the round table hold. Look, it's a round table. Whoop, oh, I broke a chair. Oh, facts! Whisper to you, I'm trying. Yeah, no, you've got loads of snips. People have snips. Fact. 2892. Page numbers. Ba, ba, ba. A cloop is the sound of a cork being drawn from the bottle. It's called a cloop. Yeah, we've learned a new word today. See nothing, you don't know what's happening. I can see you're supposed... it says there, a handful of idiots has 18 snips. So for some reason, it's not recognizing you as having any text-to-speech bugs. Which I can go in and change, but just weird. Also, I couldn't do it? Miss couldn't do it? This is just strange, I don't know. It's a thing, whatever. I'm sorry, it's broken for now, but it'll sort itself out. Anyway, we're in the round table hold. It's nice. I'm on the table. There's a big old Grace here. It's cool. Hello, you. I know your name.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the round table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard.
Never. 18 isn't a lot then. Kiro has 116,000. Sean of Beaningham? No, this is one of the McGann brothers? No, McCann. One of the McCann brothers.
Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the round table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Has he told us who he is yet?
There's nothing left to say. Be at your leisure.
Anyway, this is Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. Look at him. I don't know if you can really make it out, but his helmet's made of ears and eyes. Not literally, it's just like molded in the... Strange fellow. That is Sir Gideon. I've broken all the chairs.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold.
I really like your neck.
I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the two fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one
Sir,
day,
why are you
if
wearing a wheel?
Tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord,
So that
I might
he-
counsel them, ensuring
he spoke
order regains its
to
proper
us.
form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace.
Yes.
You do. Wonderful news. Most Tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed.
Thank you.
Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the two fingers?
Should we incant two fingers? We can't afford anything. But, nice to know. Not right now, but nice to know.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
You too. Hello, 1 and or 2 people.
I don't believe we've met. I'm known as D.
Hi, D.
I hunt down those who live in death.
Vampire
and
Hunter
lead
D.
their death route.
No, sorry, legally
Heed
distinct.
my warning. Those who live in death should be left well alone.
Like a corpse.
All the more should you spy a mariner among their number.
Oh.
Unless you wish to lay down your life in vain.
No, don't worry about that.
Ah, hello.
Hi.
You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos.
Hi, Dialos.
The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels?
Nope.
She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
Okay. Can do. Dialos. No one here yet. That's a lot of blood. Sorry, that's a lot of jam. Let's ignore it. Over here.
Your new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
Okay, Andre.
I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special.
No, I haven't.
I'm a
Actually.
prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it.
Those chains. There. It's quite difficult to see, actually.
No, don't read too much into it.
Get out of the way.
I've no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides, I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
I'm not gonna say the person that popped into my head there. Okay, I can upgrade this. And it does upgrade sorcery scaling. Okay, interesting. I have 2 smithing stone. Can I sell some runes? Aha. I can strengthen my stick. Nice. I have a stronger stick now. Hooray. There's bones sticking out of the back. Sort of horns. It's a thing. We'll get to that. You monster.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Balderkin's blessing.
No, I'm sure I
You
will.
think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act. Ah, my thanks, great champion.
Time for a hug.
You are very warm.
I got a Balderkin's blessing.
What you felt light up inside you was a Balderkin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I
What's a
will take
Balderkin?
you in my arms
Like a canopy?
as often as you need.
This is weird, right? This is another person mentioned in the introduction. This is Fia, the deathbed companion. And we just got a Balderkin's blessing from her, which I will now explain. It's here. Favor bestowed by a deathbed companion. Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. Use FP to temporarily boost poise. The favor allows one to forget any aches and pains. In death there is only peace, for in death there can be no sensation. Capital D, death. So this is a consumable. If you use it, you get a boost. You know me. I don't use consumables. Turns out all the time this is in your inventory, you lose 5% of your maximum health. I had this in my inventory for my entire first playthrough. Yay. Let's use it now. Screw you. Get my health back. Right. Oh, dear. Hello. What do you want? A friend and or smooch. Huh? Hi. I don't know, have no bell bearings. Memory stone. Get that. Be useful. Can I afford that? I can't sell to you. That's fine. Might be able to. These are like consumable things that you get currency from. Yeah. Memory stone allows me to have more spells, which I'm gonna need. Which means I'm gonna have to go and find them, now that I think about it. That's something I really thought about. Well, this is the gaggle of weird people in the round table. Let's go back to where we were. Which was here, and I can show off Torrent's best feature. Apart from being a good Hans. Oh, there's probably one in here actually, isn't there? Cool. Torrent's best feature is that occasionally they just don't turn up. There we go. Please take your swords off the table, we'll be eating soon. Exactly. Anyway, you see this gust of air? He does that. Yo-wee! Torrent did a fly! Good old Torrent. I'll come back here in a second. For now, I will continue this way to one of these minor trees. We can't see the main one at the moment. It's too wet. Big old beach. Did that goat jump that high normally? Firstly, Torrent is a Hans. Second, no, not normally, but they can catch air torrents, which is why they're called Torrent, I guess. Pick up the lightning flowers. There's a boss here, I'm going to ignore them. It's a minor Erd tree. It's pretty big for a minor tree, isn't it? Hans do fly. Ooh-wee. Do 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 do. God, this place is miserable, isn't it? Not normally raining here, but I guess today just wanted to really show off how unpleasant it could be. Grab this, and then I'm going to run in here and get killed. But for good reason. Also, very big dragon. She's called Grail. Excuse me, bats. Fort Faroth. Durgan! Game said Chris wants to complain about me today. I'll give him something to complain about. The weather! By the way, we have an emote for that. I can't remember what I called it. Did I call it Rune Jar? Ring jar? Something like that. That is my complaints jar. Dectus medallion, right. We'll be needing that. I might as well get some other stuff on him here. The jar! There we go. Speaking of jars, we need to go and see Jar. Oh, there's too many things to do at the start of this game. Bloody open world games, honestly. Ah, the scaling triangle. Excuse me, rats. Oh, that very nearly killed me. Bingo! Now you can kill me. Hello, rat. Yay, little jar friend. Marvelous. We're back outside. Here's the big dragon. Should I... Let's not just spend our entire time running around grabbing things. Let's actually go and do something interesting. What did I say I was going to do? I was going to go... Let's meet another friend. Yes? That seems like a good idea. Where are they? Involves going up here. Yes, we can do that. Sure. Whoops. Whoops. We should also get bubbles at some point. Oh, there's too many things to do. Open world games where you actually know where things are. Oops, all friends. This is a good friend. Actually, we'll meet two friends. Why not? Lump of flesh. They're not a friend. Neither are you. Dude! All the friends were not socially anxious at all. Also, I have updated that emote. It is now slightly different and a little bit easier to see that there is actually an eye on the left. Also, hi, wolves. Right. Right, friend number one. Not the friend I was talking about, but another friend that's here on the way. Excuse me. Ow! Nice. More flasks. And E10s. And a stone sword key. Good.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken.
Stop jumping.
Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know?
Not an actual spider, miss.
By the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite the lark when you think about it. You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormvale Castle?
It's not actually a spider.
Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose.
Hey, we met him. He's nice.
Oh, you've come to be one with the spider?
Absolutely
well,
not.
That makes us two peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off. Or legs. Or your head.
Here?
I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared.
Here.
I'm nothing but a craven.
I'm nothing but a craven. I like that one.
Oh, I know. Can you take this little one along with you?
Yes. Jellyfish. I have a pet jellyfish now.
The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little un.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to see you.
You too.
Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormvale Castle, tell them I love them.
Oh.
And that, despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough.
Is that Lucy Edwards?
Finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know.
Maybe.
It was a pleasure to. Oh, tell them I love. I'm fine.
Standard. I've heard it before. I can't use horse. Actually, while I'm here, the map is having a bit of trouble loading. That's fine. Let's go back to Santa, because A, we can buy the crafting kit, which I forgot to do earlier. Like us to tell a chrysalid you love them.
This way, Tarnished.
And B,
may I have a word?
Hello.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished.
Hi.
I am the witch Renna.
Hi, Renna.
I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed.
It's me.
And upon looking into the matter, the talk, I surmise, is of thee.
It's me.
Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
Yay.
Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master.
Ooh. Spirit calling bell. I can now use jellyfish friend. And wolf friends.
'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits.
I missed this on my first
Summon
playthrough.
them with it. From ash and return to the Erd Tree,
The spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
Thank you!
Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished.
No intrusion,
I
you gave
doubt
me a
we
thing.
shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
Half this playthrough. And she's gone. Yeah, she only appears here at night, so I missed it. You wouldn't download a horse. Hey, did you see that? There's a witch.
Weren't you? Well, you're back.
I'm back.
Care to buy something?
I've never used pets in this game, because I'm me.
The howl of a wolf. In the Mistwood.
I forgot about this as well.
I suppose he must still be skulking about.
More friends.
I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl,
want to buy some death
make
sticks?
this signal right under the source. Don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off.
Finger snap. Oop, cool. We picked up some big stuff. Give me crafting kit. What does this do? Holy water pot, that's good. Don't care. Don't care. Telescope, why not? And some pots. Pots are good.
I'm glad you took my warning to heart. You've made an excellent choice.
Thank you, Santa. Does it still say dog? Why is it always dog? Why? And this is where you can smith things if you don't go to the round table hold. But we have round table friend now, the guy with horns coming out of his back. Right, how does the bell work? I have no idea. Do I... Let's take that off and stick it on here. Here? Do I equip the bell? Oh, I equip the ashes. So if I just do that... No? Do I have to be in combat? How do ashes work? Is it the thing on screen? That thing? Yes. Yay, jellyfish friend! Hello! Hello, jellyfish friend. Yee. How are you doing? Whoosh! Look at him go! Big jellyfish. I believe she has a name, actually, which I forgot to look up. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon a spirit jellyfish. A floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home and will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. It seems her name is Aurelia. Hello, Aurelia. Aurelia? Big old jellyfish friend. More poison! Big old poison jellyfish friend. I will use friends in this playthrough because why not? Cool, that's nice. What am I doing? Oh yes, other friend. So many friends. And now we can go back and talk to the wolf, now that we've know how to get them down. It's also after dark, so I've got to be careful about dark enemies. Oop. Come on, Torrent. He's the big old giant. Oh, now I have crafting available. What we can do, we can make raisins. 44 raisins. And also some fire pots and holy pots. And poo pots. But the reason I want raisins, let's put them here, why not, is I can feed horse raisins. Yay. I don't know why I went this way. In a really weird and awkward way. I think that's an owl. Is that an owl? There's an owl with glowy eyes. Nice. Oibs. PvP arena. Not going to be doing that. Oh, there's another person here. Oh god, there's so many people. We still haven't gotten to the person I said we were going to go see. Why are you there? I had no idea you were there. Okay, fine. You do that. Good on you, I suppose. Crackly-a-woo. Excuse me. Yes, I took their bones. Don't worry about it. You! I don't think you're particularly interesting, but you're here. Hi.
Name's Bernal.
Bernal!
Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm? Despite
yes.
the collapse of the Golden Order?
Absolutely.
Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper Tarnished, like you.
Thanks. I don't want any of them.
Not floating your boat, eh?
Nope.
Well, there's no rush. Knowledge of the arts can wait another day.
It can do. Bye. I've got a better friend to find. Picking up ingredients, picking up ingredients. Smashing all your things to bits. Picking up ingredients. Mmm, exalted flesh. Yum yum. No! Ah, stole your stuff. Bye! Banal, banal. Here we go.
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Hello? Anyone? Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big.
I have a little
and
stick.
I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say. Ah! Ouch!
Do I need something actually stronger than this? I have a sword. Or a dagger, I guess.
Don't stop now, friend. Just keep clobbering away at the old behind. Put those doubts to rest. I'll be just fine. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
There we go.
Ah. Well played, good sir. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelt the end of me. Ah. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Thank you.
Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact.
This is good.
I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Kaled wilds.
I've been there. They're
On
unpleasant.
their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of
Alexander
such
the First
festivities
love you.
before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
Alexander the First love you. Look, Hazel's just woken up.
I'm heading eastward to Redmane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Alexander is good. Alexander's great. I like Alexander. They are good. Yeah. Apparently, Alexander the First. Yep. Alexander the First of his name. Is there anyone else to meet? Let's just make this stream a meeting friends stream. You alright there? Wolf. Yes, of course. Sorry, didn't mean to put that there. Can I cast spells with my sword? No. I just got that out to help Alexander. Give a good old wallop to the behind, you know? We could also go to the tree here. While we're heading through. Fine. Ah, still being chased. Stop it. Horrible bats. Ooh, nice, 2 in 1. And a free Estus. Right, cool. Anyway. Oops. Hello!
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody.
Don't say that about Santa.
Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale.
The big wolf friend.
Darrowell is nothing but and in need of a...
Cool, cool. I have no idea what Darrowell is. It's very tall. In one of the jails, maybe? Let's head to the tree. Ooh, hello, what are you? Ground slam. Slam your butt against the floor. Minor Earth Tree, here we go. At the base of one of the big trees. Lots of sunflowers. Spiked, cracked tear and green spill crystal tear. You can stick those in my flask. Sunflowers. Why does he not offer us hugs? He'll open up. We can't put our head in his lap. Ooh, spooky owl again. It's our first meeting, we must have patience. Hello.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way.
I stole your butterflies.
Welcome, valued customer. Come, trade in our wandering emporium. Please, buy something. I'm hungry. I've been hungry so long. Please?
Okay, I have meat. Have meat. I never use these, why not? There you go. I gave him meat. I don't think that does anything, but why not? Oh, Centrina's arrows. What do these do? Beast lure pot, exalted flesh. Oh, recipe for the meat. You have meat. You just need to cook it. That's nothing for me. Next though. Hello, dog. How are you? And Hutties. Right, here we are, Fort Height. Do you remember the great Kenneth Height? This is his fort. And I must liberate it, apparently. I'm stuck in a tree. Help! Speaking of dogs, when are we going to get to the Pope? It's going to be a while, I think. Not too long. But a few streams, probably. Can't do anything with flasks, okay. Mixed Wondrous Physic. What else can I put in here? Charged attack. I'm not going to use charged attacks, am I? Right, I have no idea if we can do this with what we currently have, but let's give it a try. I mean, we can, but I don't know whether I'm competent enough. Hello. Scream. Excuse him up. Have that, thank you very much. Can't use horse in here, but I can do that. Get a little bit of reach. Right, this is going to be awful. Well, do not throw explosives at me, particularly at the big red barrels. I'm just going to ignore you and run this way. Oh, someone died. Sentences this game makes us say. Such is the way of things. Right there. Climbing a ladder to get this. What's this? What's this, I hear you say? What is it? It is the left-hand side of the Dectus medallion. We now have both. I picked up the other one in the horrible place. We don't really need them for a while, but I thought I might as well. Join the medallions to operate the Grand Lift of Dectus. The left half of a split medallion depicting the Erd tree, brandishing the medallion with both halves conjoined, will activate the Grand Lift of Dectus, connecting the Altus Plateau to Liurnia. The right half is said to reside in Fort Ferroth in the Dragon Barrow to the east, which I've already been to. It was over there somewhere. Right, now I have to do the thing. Anyone at the bottom? No? Okay. Slide. Oh god, splinters. Okay, so. That's reasonable. No, you stay there. You stay there. You stay. Ow, ow, ow. No, you stay there. Okay, this is bad. I'd rather you have stayed there, please. Okay. Now it's a one-on-one. Unfortunately, it's a one-on-one I don't know how to do. You just step out of the way. Should have died there, probably. Oh, you have a third. Okay. Oh god, I'm out. No, wrong button. Ah, we're fine. See? No problem. Cool. Did we just save and quit? He really looks like Ringo. This was just a little mini boss. Logging into the Elden Ring game server. Yes, yes. We might not have to do this. We might have to go back to Kennethite. But I think if we just save and quit, he spawns here. Maybe. We'll find out. Nope, I was wrong. It was worth a try. 5 blood runes. It's very quiet. Worth a try. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's cute. Did the enemy leave? Well, the enemy's just left. Well, that's something that happens by saving and quitting, I suppose. So where's Kenny? Never actually looked at what this was. We'll see more of them. Kenny! Ken. Well, if he's not going to be there, we might as well go to where he was. Yeah, he's there. I saved your castle. You fought. I also stole things from it, but don't worry about it. Yeah, the rats were like, nah. Blood guy's gone. It's not fun anymore. Ken!
I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort?
Yes.
Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot.
That's all I did.
Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward.
Reward!
As promised. Go ahead. It's all yours.
It's mine! It's the dagger. Made from earth steel.
Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. What's that look? You don't believe me? Well,
no, it's just my
under the
face.
Earth Tree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Haight, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch.
Okay. Back to the fort. I don't know why I'm doing this. Just, you know. Good to follow at least one story, one of the 7 characters we've met already. Come on, Torrent. Come on. You can do it. Fort Height. The hit multiplayer battle royale. Also, one lovely thing this game does is you don't drain stamina if you're not in combat, so I can just run around to my heart's content. You're not here. I thought you came... No, whatever. Fine, we won't do your story then. We'll do it eventually. Do you know what? Let's get bubbles. And in doing so, I will show you one of my favourite things in the game. We need to get some bubbles before the end of this game. The end of this stream. Bubbles! I do have to remember where the bubbles are. There, I suppose? I could put a marker. This way. There it is. Follow the big blue beam of light. Bing. Throwing daggers. Lovely. Ah! Run! Let's get them bubbles, otherwise the stream title wouldn't be true. Exactly. Oh god. Here we are. Ah, that's my marker. Go away. Shifra River Well. We're going into a well. Sounds like a good idea, right? It's a pretty deep well. It's a very deep well. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here.
Well, 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 what have we here?
We have Shifra River. And that was one of my favorite moments in the game. Because I had no idea this was it. It's a very bad well.
Be able to open it.
We'll get. Hi, Doc. Welcome. We've met lots of friends. How was RPG? Or how is RPG? It might be just a break. Can I not? I guess I can't. Can't use haunts. Golden runes. Fanad has become the Axe King. That's a horrible combination of words. Picking up bitses and bobsel. Ghost Glovewort. The upgrade materials for friends. Dukist Oiba. Right, now I've got to remember how to get bubbles. Because these friends are the Bubblemen. I mean, they're made of clay, but they do bubble things. They're very slow. But yeah, welcome to Underground Space Room. We're not in Underground Space Room proper yet, but soon. Claymen can have bubbles. They can. Well, speaking of bubbles, actually. Ghost Glovewort. Golden Rune, Smithing Stone 4. I'm still using 1s. Around here. Ah, soap. We have soap. Good for bubbles. Have to watch out for the pottery classes he took. Nice. Don't want there being big old bubbles in your pottery. Right, I think it's up here. Revealed the art. Jib, the reactions for amazement and oh god. Good times. Just a random centipede. I'm running off memory from my first playthrough here, but I think some stuff along here, maybe? There's a lot of this sort of thing in the game, by the way, if you don't like heights. Well, if you don't like heights, you must have left when I introduced you to the Great Kenneth Height! Bubbles! I want your bubbles! Look at the bubbles. Hop. How do I do this safely? Here, I guess? That's very inaccurate. Bubbles! I can't remember what that item is, but we have bubbles! Don't want any bubbles in pottery because they explode in the kiln. That's, yeah, not ideal. Anyone know what that item is up there? Whether it's worth going back? This is bad. Excuse me. Excuse me. Spinning stone 2. Okay, I will go to space room proper and then we will pop back up. Pop, get it? Bubbles. Oh, and that bubble as well, that looks cool. There's 2 fanards in that world. You did not mention that. That seems terrifying. I also haven't leveled up at all yet. Just realised. Because I haven't really fought anything. Apart from that one night. More lifts. Ow! Stop it. Not nice. Crab. Crab, crab, crab. Little crabs. Big crab. Ow. Big crab doesn't like me. Big crab, not friend. Here we go. Underground space room proper. Jifra. Here's the water, by the way, Chip. It's a big old place. Grace. Here we go. I can use Torrent. Yeah, I can. No, I could. Let's not do this area right now. Below ground and above ground. Actually, is there a map nearby? Can't see it. We'll find it. It's fine. But for now, what should we do first? Was there anything interesting I missed? I mean, we can go and help Bok out in the cave. Do that quick. Sure. Let's do that. Remember Bok? Do you remember the tree man? We found Bok, Dark. And Sheep agrees that it was reasonable that I missed Bok. No flasks. Let us... Where do I buy spells from? You sell spells. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Let me go back to thingy. Also, my chat has not updated. I don't know how long. I've just looked at my bot. Everybody's been saying nice things, and I've completely missed a lot of it. Bubbles. How many bosses are dead? Bad time to drink the Lucasade. Haven't really fought anything, mostly run around and showing friends. Yeah, we've met like 7 friends. Still a bad well. This place sucks. I love Shifra. Shifra's one of my favorite places. It was a tree. Let me my chat is now reconnected. Good. Or just uncaring people that are not drawn to friends by instinct or rolling into them when fleeing for your life. Right, cool. Do you sell spells?
You've met Garank, I take it.
Oh yeah.
Then owing to our duties shared,
that was the big guy
we're
in the...
now comrades in arms. I think you've earned this. The power of the Golden Order to aid the hunt of those who live in death.
The hunt? Aha! Wait, no, these are incantations. Oh, it's thingy, yeah. Sorry, yeah. We haven't met him yet. Cool. Well, I came here for no reason. Well, I might have upgrades. Just truly a lack of caring. This thingy, someone we haven't met.
Well, I took you for dead.
Unters.
No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
Unter of Unters. No, I'm one off. Also, Dark, we met Fia. We had a hug, and then I immediately used her item because screw that. Revenge for my first playthrough. Yeah, Hazel reappeared for some reason. So, yes, let's go help Bok. Yeah. Let's go fight the first boss I fought in the game. Yeah, she's working for some people. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but we can fix that. That's fine. Down to the beach. Let's have a lovely time at the seaside. Go say hello to the penguins. They're not penguins, I think they're like cormorants or something. Not cormorants, what's the word? They're like penguins, but they can fly. What are they called? Squirrel! Hello, big monster. I will not fight you. Goodbye. Puffins? Flying penguins, exactly. Like with the dog, you gotta really meme it. Also, giant squids. They're here as well. But they're just chilling. Are these them? Yeah, these guys. What are these? They can fly, but they're like penguins. And they can sit. Like good boys. So this is what I did for the first 2 hours of the game. I just ran around and looked at animals. It's great! There's also this. Yeah, I missed it. Nah, I missed it. Razor bills, maybe? Maybe. This is quite difficult with this. I'll use a sword instead. Gotcha, you invisible little so-and-so. Why am I going this way? Let's go this way. There's something very pleasingly desolate about the beaches in this game. Also colour. Lovely colours in the sky. Dog! Hello, dog. Dog! Oh, God. Ooh. Likely dog. Are you the Pope? Not the Pope. We will find the Pope. Soon! God, this spell is so inaccurate. That's not the way. That spell's just better, I think. It only hits one thing. It doesn't go through enemies, but ooh, something's getting hurt over there. 1 second. Well, no, let's go over there first. Bad workman blames his tools. Perhaps. Dog! Another dog. Hello. Could this be a dog? It is a dog. A good dog.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
What have you got? Ooh. What does it tell me how to do? Arrows neutralizing Velosaur. I should probably go there. What does this do? Sleep. Mostly the poison, to be honest. Big old club, bows, stuff. All good.
All done?
All done.
Be on your way then.
Can do. Thank you. Let me Hans. Gotta step away for a moment. No worries. We're just gonna go to the cave. The box said I need to get box belongings back from, or Bok from. Coastal cave.
It hurts.
I told you not to do anything.
Oh. What are you doing here?
You silly sausage.
You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
No, I won't. Reach out, touch grass. A pulp, not a pope. I'm not a dog. I wanted flasks to get slightly more charges on the other one. I would end up like you. Although I do now realize I don't have a lamp. It's fine, don't worry about it. Sneak. Sneaky, sneaky, creepy crawly. Well, they're having fun down there. I'm glad I accidentally pressed cast twice there. That was a stronger one. A lot of people died here. Sorry, a lot of people spilled jam here. Oh, a land octopus ovary. Lovely. Just the thing I needed. It's like, Kevin, what?
Use jellyfish friend.
Oh yeah, jellyfish friend. Nope, I did the wrong thing. Dead fish! Aurelia! Yeah. Hey, look, Dark, I used the thing! Anyway, where's the other one? It's supposed to be a 2-enemy fight. Where is it? There? Well, I'm running out of spells, so jellyfish, do help. You leave jellyfish alone. Ow. Oh, God, don't want to die. That would not be helpful. Well, that's me out of spells. Them some melee. Oh, bad time for melee. Very nearly died. I didn't attune the bubbles, I just realized. Gotcha. Ow. Stop it. Tailoring tools and a sewing needle. They're scared of my jellyfish. You did good, Aurelia. You can leave them alone now, it's fine. Gotta level up yet. I can in a bit. But no. I haven't yet. Already explains a little bit about the, oh, it's so dark. First things first after this, go get a bloody lantern. Get them, jellyfish. Jellyfish is just having fun over there. How do I get out? Here we are. Yeah, that took me a while on my first playthrough. Hi!
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp.
I mean, they did that.
You'll end up just like me. Wait. Is that what I think it is?
I found your needles.
Got it back for me. My sewing needle.
Yay. There you go. Didn't even wait for him to outstretch his hand.
What made you go and do a thing like that?
You're nice.
My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
No.
Thank you. You're very kind.
You were too.
I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
No. You go and make clothes. Leveling up. Health. And with our sewing kit, tailoring kit, Bok's the best. Bok is good. We can alter garments. We can change it from having a big old hood to not having a big old hood. It makes it worse, but lighter. I won't do that because it costs runes that I don't have yet. Let's run through here and get what's at the other end. Box gone off, I don't know where. Oh yeah, these guys are back. Don't mind those, they're fine. Fireflies. My mum was a tailor. She sewed my blue jeans. What made you do that? Questlog said. No questlog in this game. Thanks for the butterflies. Thanks for the butterflies, even though they weren't so grey. Aha! Ooh, it's all red. It's pretty. Tree. Crab. Horse. Running around at the speed of horse. Jeep! Brr. Squirrels. This place is nice. If I had to retire anywhere in this world, it would be here. To the lovely little island just off the coast. That's where the cave entrance was over there. It's pleasing. We're here. At the Church of Dragon Communion. Hey look, a dead dragon. Ritual of Dragon Communion. I can use dragon hearts to become dragon. Why did that sheep just do a forward roll? They like rolling. Rolling around at the speed of sheep. Can we get me patches? Yeah, we can get me patches. We'll do that to end off, why not? Also, don't let me forget to attune bubbles. The sheep roll here. That will be an important factor. You need to remember that the sheep roll. Look at this. Oh, it's a shipwreck. Oh. How strange. That's a weird detail to add. I've just thought about that. What's that there for? Is that for DLC? I don't know. Or is that a bit too Bloodborne-y, maybe? Also, what's that? Oh no. Guillemot? The penguins wrecked it, yeah. I'm gonna go with Guillemot for now. Whoops, no, no, don't. Sorry, sorry. I thought you were something else. Give me treasures. Smithing stone too. I'll take it. Where's the thing? Anyone here consider streaming Subnautica in the future? Looking at shipwreck provided you existed. I'd play it if I had it and people were interested in it. Pretty sure they're razor bills, but you could be wrong. Yeah.
Chris, how dare you attack a dog?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Well, there was a dung beetle down there, but I guess I scared it away. Patches. Love Subnautica and you have it, but you've played it for 10 minutes and then got too freaked out by it. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe if you streamed it, you'd be less scary, but you weren't planning on it. Maybe it's a possibility. Get a backup, just in case. But hey, we beat a boss. That's the thing. Bubbles, for God's sake. The bubble playthrough. Come on, gonna get bubbles. Play Subnautica if it went for the Leviathan. I know nothing about Subnautica, so... memorize spell. Oh, I'm not good enough for bubbles. 19 int and 15 arcane. Bloody hell. Okay then. Let's see what we can get.
Have you leveled up?
I will now. What was it? 19 int, 15 arcane, right? 19 int, 15 arcane, perfect. Boobles! Yeah, I can booble. Watch Kraken play it and he's terrified of deep water, like scream and cover eyes reactions. One of your big fears. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. So maybe it would be fun to stream, or even better, cheap stream. Watch Markiplier play it and he's also afraid of the ocean. What a fun stress time all around. Oh, Knights Cavalry's back. How does the Knights Cavalry like bubbles? I haven't gone to the Sacred Tea yet. I haven't gone to the Weeping Peninsula like the Semi used to do. Bubbles. Oh, they missed. Oh, they missed. Bubbles are hard to hit. What's... Ah, one hit. 10. 7. What? Oh, 10 to the horse. 7 to them. Well, this is not a good weapon for you. Goodbye. What's the pebble like? That's Bubbles. Oh, that's way better. Either way, still not going to bother with you right now. I still wanted to see if you can stream God of War 1 after finishing Borderlands, because you have that now. Ooh, thrills. Thrills and spills and excitements. Dog! Lovely placid lake. Oh god, am I gonna have to deal with... Hang on, let's go meet another friend before we do this. Yes, more characters. Who are you? I don't remember you. Hi. I was in the Flying Dog. No, I'm not in the Flying Dog. Yeah, but the Leviathans coming up out of the dark is the biggest stress inducer for me. You have submechanophobia? They trigger it. Oh dear. Hi, friend.
Ah. You must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a Gill Lake fledgling.
I just went across it.
A dragon roosts there. And it's as fearsome as it is majestic.
I like your hat.
So?
Got a good hat.
Unless you're mad. Or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake.
I'm sorry, I'm sticking my rod in your crotch.
Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late.
That's not the mushroom hat. The mushroom hat's covered in mushrooms. We'll get the grace here while I'm in. Oh, it was not my intention. What is that from? What is with this game? First the fingering maidens, not fingering maidens, finger maidens. Now I'm sticking the staff in a man's crotch. That's just me. Labyrinth, is that from Labyrinth? There's a lot of film references in this game, including all of these bits of masonry actually. Because these came from, actually, do we, item description maybe? Ruin fragment. Stone fragment found near places where ruins have fallen from the sky. Oh, hang on, was there more? These shards of stone are believed to have once been part of a temple in the sky. They glow with a faint light from within. Temple in the sky. Which I understand is also a reference. Castle in the sky. Ooh. Also, there's a reference to something else of the same ilk. Which people keep calling a bean and isn't. A lot of references in this game. People just putting things they like into games. That's been the case since bloody Dark Souls, Demon Souls, actually. Berserk. They're just hanging out, having a good time. They are no longer hanging out. Excuse me. I didn't sit at the bonfire, which is annoying. But that's fine. It's not fine. Invaded by Bloody Finger Nereus. Nereus?
Ah, hello, Death.
Bloody Finger Hunter Yura.
The bloody finger. The end is nigh. For you. And your cessblood.
Help me, Mushroom Man! Ow, no! I forgot you did that. It's bad, stop it. That's the wrong flask, actually, is it good? I'll take it. Oh, I'm dead! Oh, I'm dead. Mushroom Man, you were no help at all. I was invaded by somebody. Somebody invaded my world. They're an NPC, but it's to introduce you to the concept. And Mushroom Man was supposed to help, which is why I came here. He has an actual PvP weapon, you know. Let's try that again. I'm just coming here to say hello to Patches. Yes, if they glow red, they're an invader. If they glow yellow, they are a cooperator. It spawns under the bridge if you want to get help quick. Okay, so run back to bridge and avoid skellybobs. Maybe bubbles? Just want to say hi to your boy Patches, yeah. Why would you not? It's really weird playing with magic. I'm used to getting up close to enemies. Runes recovered. There's Nereus. Goodbye! By the way, I'm not getting off my horse there. I'm forced off my horse because somebody invades, and you're not allowed to be on a horse when somebody invades. Alright, Skellybobs, you stay where you are. Hurry up then. That's the wrong spell.
If it isn't Nereus.
Yeah, again.
Bloody finger.
Oh, leave me alone, Dragonfly.
Is nigh. For you. And your cessblood.
Help! Don't go away, Dragonfly. Why you run faster than me? This is fairer. There we go. Thank you, Mushroom Man. Reduvia. A perfectly boring weapon that isn't very good at all. With his objective accomplished, Bloody Finger Hunter Euro returned to his world. Jolly cooperation. Right, into the cave. Murkwater Cave. It's murky and watery. First try. I am playing online exclusively to see all the messages about dogs. So we may get invaded by somebody who's real. I didn't on my first playthrough, so... But you never know. There's these little alarms here. Ding ding! Pops open. Oh god. You throw poo in my face. Standing back and just spamming magic is much easier than fighting with swords or whatever. I have to use an item to enable single-player invasions. Ah, that's... Mushroom! Well, this was a short cave, wasn't it? Ding dong! Invaders just happening is not fun, it's not. Level up. What does this do again? Discovery. Mine. I should probably level up to get a bit more spell juice. But I also need health. Oh god, being a mage is lots of things you need to do. Not used to this. Alternative. Secrets. A boss fog. A boss fog. But no boss. How strange. A treasure chest though. What's in the treasure chest?
Well,
Clothes.
well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh?
Yes.
You scheming little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it.
I breathe bubbles. I am You breathe rot, I breathe bubbles. We are not the same. Take my soap. I will cleanse thee. Bubbles actually doing rather well against patches, turns out.
Wait, please. I surrender. White flag and all.
Okay.
Well, finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a man of reason. True and true. Ah. Well, what do you know? You're tarnished, like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such. Well, an innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
Forgive and forget.
A true man of reason. Just what I like about you. I'm Patches. Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say. Only for now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. Frankly, I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
Wheel and deal. I've run wheel.
Don't forget to pop back for another visit, friend. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
Yeah. Patches his friend. It's everyone's favorite character. So trustworthy. Exactly. Who's this? It's Patches. He's been in half of all the FromSoft games, and he's always trustworthy. And yes, Dark says if there's he essentially grovels to if you get him down to half health. But if he gets you down to... Right there, Ringo. And they said they never did drugs during the Sgt. Pepper's days. But yeah, if he gets you down to half health after you attack him, you will get the emote to grovel. And he will accept your surrender. He's never once kicked you into a pit. Absolutely not. Actually, while I was just running around trying to finish off all the bits that I missed in my first playthrough, I found a pit that looks very much like it might be somewhere Patches might be. I don't know, because I didn't do it, but... We'll investigate it this time, why not?
Well, nice of you to drop in finally.
Yeah.
It's all a bit ad hoc, but I'm sure you'll find something. And welcome to Patches Emporium, where you won't need a refund, because everything's top-notch.
Grace Mimic, Glass Shard, Stone Sword Key. What's this? Grace Mimic, Gold Pickled Foulfoot, Script Stone. Don't know what that is. Margit's Shackle. I can buy that for the fun of it. Do I have any? No, we can't buy that for the fun of it because I don't have anything to buy it with. That's fine. I've got nothing at the moment.
I had those bandits make a clean break. Now
It's his
they're all
squat.
suppliers, and good ones at that. I mean, they don't understand a word I'm saying, but it hardly matters. We have a natural connection.
It's the shopkeeper's
They're all
posture.
foot soldiers, survivors of a defeated army.
Now draw.
Worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord, only to be thrown out with the rubbish. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all.
All good shopkeepers, they're gremlins. Yeah, now you've got to draw the merchant from Resident Evil, Patches, Buddy. All in this posture. In a circle.
Wondering what's inside the treasure chest. Well, it's nothing too special. Just something I'm saving as thanks for a very valuable customer. But then again, it would fetch some spectacular coin. And besides, this valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take.
Okay.
Cheers for that.
Cool. There's one more friend I've just remembered I want to introduce you to. And it also gives me an opportunity to go around and grab some stuff before we finish. Patches was there. He was just in his gremlin squat on the ground around everyone's knees on Sunday. Ready to kick Leon in his badger suit off a cliff. You guys having fun? The soldiers and the demi-humans are having a bit of a fight. We'll leave them to it, shall we? Actually, hang on one second. Oh, here are some other friends that I haven't introduced you to yet. Whatever these guys are.
Ball.
Ball. Ball worm.
Worm.
Worm. This is just a hunch. This is an ever jail, which means that somebody's been trapped in here. For reasons. Hey! I was just a good hunch. It's Blythe. No. It's Blythe. It's Blythe. Blythe's here. Someone call. Oh, good. Yeah, we've met Blythe. I thought this might be where the person he was looking for was. Hi, Blythe.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
Let's go. Ow. Haha, screw you. Honestly, I'm just acting as support, and I'm fine with this. Bloodhound Fang. Yeah, that was a lot harder solo, I can tell you that. Thank you, Blythe. That's the weapon you used. Nice. They're like the Pokies from Mario. Little cactus friends. Blythe, hello. I didn't do this on my first playthrough.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes. I should say, if you venture north to Raya Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right.
He's good as well.
That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
Okie dokie. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Anyway, that was not what I came here for. I came here to be shot in the face with a ballista. Not explicitly, but that's what's going to happen. Bonk. Hate it. Oh, those torrent things, they allow you to fall down as well as jump up. The drop distance without dying is pretty generous in this game, but it ain't that generous. It's also very, very specific. Hey, I didn't get shot in the face with a ballista. The Weeping Peninsula. Peninsula. Yeah, you have to do the other Zoro solo. I didn't know you could summon him. I did all of mine solo. So that's when you come across and don't know you can summon Wolf. Yeah, exactly. You can get to it before you get to the woods in which he's in, and in order to talk to him, you have to get to him, then go back to Kale, which is not told to you, and then he gives you the thing, and then you go back to click for him so that he'll come down and you'll have a chat. Yeah, the reason that I did it solo is because it's more sensible. The Weeping Peninsularum. Hello, I forgot about you.
Hello? Is somebody there?
Yes.
Might I bend your ear for a moment, please?
You can bend my nose.
My name is Irina.
Hi, Irina.
I've escaped from Castle Morn to the south. The servants there have rebelled. I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what this character's story is.
I fear for father's life. The servants are full wrath.
Wrath?
Filled with hatred for every one of us.
With an O?
They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear it's no different at Castle Morn. Please, I implore you.
Oh, is this the Grape Lady?
Taking a letter to my father.
Oh!
My soul wishes that he escape, even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to be safe.
I did not connect that together in my brain.
Thank you, dearly.
Yes and no?
Then please, take this.
Yes and no?
Deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please.
Can do. I'm not actually here to do that though. I'm here to introduce everybody to a very good friend. Same body, not the same... Oh, it's one of those things. A lot of that sort of stuff happens in these games. There's a weapon in there, I don't need it. Smithing stone. Lore. That's not good for fighting you. 69 damage. Nice. Mighty troll. Oh, I do actually need to go up there. There's a memory stone, isn't there? But we're not here for that. Oh, there are so many things to do. We're going to finish the stream soon. Firstly, well, let's talk to you. What have you got? Ooh. Sure. Do some pot stuff, why not? Right. I don't usually go this way, but... Can't keep streaming. One more person. Who said person? Let's get the map, and then we'll go to the friend. The map does involve getting shot at by a giant. That's fine though, right? Pretty sure it's fine. Oops. Just missed the map. Turtle shield. Oh yeah, we can grab that, why not? Golden seed, very important. Sheep! Roll, sheep. Roll for your life. I would have been hit by that. Not very lucky there. Ow. That did not do much damage, did it? Your legs look very hot, let me cool them down. Classic stomps. Bubbles are good. You can hit with all the bubbles. Oh, lore. Some quick lore. We'll grab that grace. We'll go back. We'll meet Big Friend. We'll get shield. Open world games. The Siege of Castle Morn. This thing. A lone hero fights for his vengeance, only to fall at the hand of Lord Godfrey. Godfrey. Berserk reference. The golem that fell from a castle in the sky. Oh. I didn't know that one was a reference. Nice. Want to tend to their garden and play with the fox squirrels. Right, we got that. Weeping Peninsula. Let's grab this shield. Purely because it's fun to grab. How can a shield be fun to grab, you ask? Well, very straightforward. See this gust of wind here? Turtle shield! Good times. There's some more turtles there, but we don't have time for that today. Last friend. Might take a while to get there, though. It's just a long stream. Too much to do. Raisins. Raisins for Hoss. Another one of those. Can't be bothered right now. We don't need any of that. Give you a good stopping point in the form of patches and you just rolled over it like a sheep. There's a... Jeez. There's an important friend to meet. They're a big friend. Biggest friend anyone could hope for. Whee. Hop up here, grab a tear. Then run and meet new friend. And then after this, we will actually start doing things in a reasonable order. Next time. Oh yeah, there's a ghost as well. I haven't talked to any of these. Hi, ghost. The mausoleum prowls, cradling the soulless demigod. Oh, Queen Marika, Queen Eternal, he is your unwanted child. Is that it? Oh yeah, which church was this? We found another Church of Marika, by the way, cheap. There will be no reasonable order. Stronger flasks, thank you. Talk to Merlin. Oh, the Church of Pilgrimage. Ah, there's another one down the way. That's America.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's own words. Then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed. Return to the lands between. Wage war. And brandish the Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Grow strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord. Lord Godfrey.
Godfrey. We learned about Godfrey. Excuse me, what? Ah, that one was your fault. Cannot spell. I'm tempted to add TSS to work the same as TTS because it's a common misspelling, so why not? You're not going to get it confused for anything else. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, another church. This is the church. Being guarded by people, but there's no walls. Fourth church, here we go, it's the fourth church. Still haven't found the first or second. Text so speech. Typing so speaky. Oh, there's a bell. Wonder what that could be. Could it possibly be a friend? Could it possibly be a big friend? Big old Owlbell friend. Dong! They're very loud and they need to clean their feet. Oh, clean your feet. They got dirty feet. To give them a good clean. It's very hard to clean with a stick like this. Wrong. Don't touch the dong now. It's very rude. getting very playful. Clean the feet. Don't worry, miss. Can't hurt them. They are friend. They are clean enough. They want to have a rest now. They're going to have rest. Going to sit. They're having a sit. They're having a good sleep. Examine remains. Remembrance duplication. We can't do that yet because we don't have a remembrance. But soon. MSTB, they're gonna have a sleep. Anyway, they're the walking mausoleums and they're lovely. I like them. Do you know what? Hang on. One last thing. I think this is a good thing to end on. Very quick. Actually, I need a lantern. We'll do that later. Next time, remind me lantern. I could literally buy one there, but I'm skipping it because I'm conscious of time. I know. But this is a really good thing to end on. Yes, everybody run out of the tower. Good idea.
One last thing.
Is this your car? Well, that was your fault. Aha, treasure! Let's get some treasure! Very smoky treasure. Ensnared in a transporter trap. What? I've been teleported against my will. Where have I been teleported to? Landel, Royal Capital. That sounds important. Probably. Right? That might be important. Where are we? Some walls. Bits and bobs. Oh, there's a tree. And a big old dragon. You can see their head there and a big wing. All of this makes no sense. It's fine. We're by the tree. We're right next to the tree. Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, quite far away. Map's getting bigger. This was when I realized how big this game was. This is the bit we've been in. We're now up here. And if I look north from here, you can see it does carry on. It's a big game. Much to do. But for now, I think that's a reasonable stopping point. Well, we have found a tree. I do need to rest here before I can leave them. That's not even all of it. The map keeps getting bigger. So yeah, that's all from Ringo and his bubble blowing mystery machine. Sad goth Ringo. I will try and work out how to fix the sepia tone in this on these streams. I don't know why it's there, it's really annoying. But I'll try my best. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. It kind of works with this game, honestly. Quite a lot of it's yellow. You look so tired, I know. Say goodbye, Ringo. No, I didn't. Yeah. And on that note, I should probably end because it's quite late. It's a lot to see in this game. We might, depending on the level of excitement I have for showing people things, might do this again tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. Where's the thing? Click the thing. Boom. It says creative, and I might get creative and play Elden Ring. Creatively demonstrate the world to you. But I think that was quite... I don't think I complained about that game for a whole stream, so I'm pretty proud of that. Well, this makes little sense to you, but it looks good. Nice. Didn't complain once. All of that to come as soon as we step foot in Castle Morn. Did complain about the weather. That's just a British thing. That's not got nothing to do with the game. Excited to play more. I like this. Sorry, it just turned to night in Lanedale and a big shadow went over my face. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now so that everybody can go. Like the Game of Thrones sword in there, yeah. We'll get to that. But we'll actually start playing the game next time. Whenever it is. Everybody do the egg. Yeah, we'll actually start playing the game next time, rather than just running around grabbing things. I could go do more, but you know. Every run of this game that I watch on Twitch or whatever by somebody for whom it isn't their first playthrough, the first 2 or 3 hours is always exactly the same. Run around, grab things. But I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to do more interesting things. Hopefully next time. But for now, I need sleep. And everybody else needs sleep. Have a lovely time, everybody. Yeah. Have a grand old thing. Enjoy life. And pancakes. And chocolate. Possibly together. Bye.